In a sales conversation, the customer can tell you no, and it happens quite a bit. Check out this video to see how you should respond. So what do you do when the customer says no? The dreaded no. The one word that all new salespeople fear when they're first started getting into sales. Guys, look, if you follow my process and you can go watch some of my other videos on sales, you should really never be in a position where you get an actual no, okay? Not like a flat out, no, I'm not interested. No, I don't want to do business with you. The thing you have to remember is that when people are contacting your business and they're reaching out, they do have some sort of need. Now, it's your job as a salesperson or as a business owner or as a service provider, a product seller, whatever your title is, if you're interacting with customers that are interested in buying your product or service, it's your job to kind of sniff out why did they reach out to you in the first place? Why were they interested in your product or service? And then to go ahead and then take them through the journey of what it would look like to become a customer with your business. So what do you say to a customer when they say no? Well, that's a kind of a wide open question and answer scenario that I can't just give you one solution for. It depends on what question you asked. It depends on what prep you did in the conversation leading up to the ask of the close. And so if you guys go watch some of my other videos, I take you through that process. And so when you guys are going through those videos and you're going through that process, you should be building enough connection with the customer. You should be asking enough questions to really understand what their motivation was, what their needs were, what solutions they think they were looking for, what solutions they actually need, and if your product or service is actually a really good fit, going to benefit them more than the money that they would let go of to have your product or service, and then be able to paint that picture of what that looks like. If there's an actual genuine burning need for your product or service, and the customer has the funds to be able to purchase your product or service, then if you get a no, the only thing you didn't do is build enough value or build enough belief in your customer that your product or service is worth it, okay? And there's a lot of factors that go into how to build that belief. However, if you do get that no, the number one thing I can tell you to do is that you need to ask more questions. And you need to go back to the fundamental why, the reason of why the customer contacted you in the first place. Even if you've done a good job setting up the sales conversation, even if you did do a good job asking the right questions, finding out all the information, building that picture, sometimes you can get a no. And that no is not just going to be no. That no could be, well, I need to talk to my spouse, or I need to think about it, or I need this or that, or whatever the other reason is. And the thing you guys need to realize is these are just excuses. If they contact you about your product or service, odds are they do have the means to purchase that product or service, and they are interested at some level of buying that product or service. And so you just need to go back to why it was that they were interested in, what solution were they looking for, what benefit. So again, I say this in a lot of my videos, not just the solution. Well, this solves this problem. That's great, but paint a picture of how it actually benefits them after they have your product or service and they're using it, right? How does their life look different? How is their life better? So not even just for that one area, how is it going to impact other areas of their lives? I'm glad you're enjoying the video. If you need help with hiring, training, or managing your VAs, make sure you click the link in the description below to check out our free VA hiring workshop. If you need one-on-one help with me, click the link to schedule an appointment to see how I can help. And so if you guys get a no, the best thing I can tell you in a general, non-specific way is you need to go back, revisit that why, and you need to ask questions to uncover what the objections are that they have. So anytime someone's giving you a no, you just don't take it as a no, definite, I'm not interested. Sometimes you just need to ask multiple times. Are you sure that you weren't interested? And they might change their mind. You'd be surprised. And so, because we're just programmed to say no all the time. Hey, are you interested in it? No. Hey, I'm calling you, and I have something to sell. No, not interested. Right? Our knee-jerk reaction a lot of times is just to say no. So you guys need to go back, ask questions. So if I understand you correctly, you had said that you called in because you were interested in X and because you had problem Y and you were looking for the benefit or result of Z, right? And so today in the call, we went over how X was going to give you Y and that was going to deliver you Z. What questions did you have about that, since you're telling me that that's not a good product or solution for you at this point, or service, right? So what questions did you have about that? Why do you think it doesn't make sense at this point? And you guys have to ask these questions to overcome these objections that they have that they're just not telling you. Once you guys can get comfortable with hearing no and understanding that that's not the final answer, it doesn't mean that you need to become a bully and start arguing with them. You just need to take a step back, have some empathy, and say, hey, for some reason there's a gap here where they don't see value in my product or service. And so I need to go ahead and ask more questions to see where the gap is. And then you can help fill in the gaps. Now look, guys, sometimes you're always just going to get those people that say no, right? And sometimes they'll come back to you later. Sometimes they say no and you can convert them in the same call. Sometimes it takes, a couple more contacts. This is why we have follow-up. This is why we stay in front of people for a period of time, especially after they've contacted us about making a sale. But when it comes to getting that dreaded no, you guys need to just say, hey, I understand that the person is saying that there's something missing, there's something they don't understand, or there's something that they don't believe in, right? For them to say, yes, I want to go ahead and make this purchase decision today. Once you have that understanding and you can kind of take yourself out of it, you can take the offense out of it, right? And the wanting to, argue with them about how you have the best product and service in the world. And you just make the conversation, again, all about them revisiting those things that they needed and they wanted. Then you'll find out that you're able to convert a lot of those no's into yeses, and you'll make a lot more sales and you'll make a lot more money. Hey everyone, that's the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to see more videos like this one, go ahead and leave the like button to let me know that you got value from the video, as well as go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that way you can be tuned in when I create more videos in the future. Also, go ahead and check out the description if you want to find out more information about working with me one-on-one. I do provide consulting and coaching services for hiring VA teams, for marketing teams and sales teams to help your business get consistent growth so you can live a life of abundance.